All right, everybody, this is what you have been waiting for. This is a free TOEFL IBT new exam exit test, diagnostic test to help give you some idea of where you are right now in terms of this exam before you get started with our complete course, which you have the option of going ahead and taking, which is a full, complete course with all the strategies and everything. But this diagnostic test will help give you a preview of what this exam is like and what skills you may need to succeed on that exam. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, as a reminder, there are 4 sections to this complete test. You have the reading, which has 3 tasks: complete the words, read in daily life, and read an academic passage. The listening, which has 4 parts: listen and choose a response, listen to a conversation, listen to an announcement, and listen to an academic talk. And then the writing, which has 3 parts: build a sentence, write an email, and write for an academic discussion, which is the only holdover from the old exam. And then the speaking section, 2 complete new parts: listen and repeat, and take an interview. So coming up next, we're going to go ahead and go into the reading part right now. Please make sure you're ready. Make sure you have paper and pencil to write down your answers. We're going to give you the answers after each module. On the exam, you'll take both modules back to back. In this practice diagnostic, we're going to give you module 1, then give you the answers, then go through module 2 and give you the answers. So let's go ahead and get started with module 1 right now. So in the reading section, you have 3 parts in each module: complete the words, where you fill in the missing letters in a paragraph; read in daily life, answer questions about everyday reading material; and read an academic passage, answer questions about academic passages. With the complete the words, you're going to have 10 words you have to complete. On the exam, they give you a block of time, everybody. They give you a block of time. They'll say, you have 15 minutes to complete module number 1, and you have to manage your own time. So if you really want to work on your own time management, go ahead, take out a timer, set that timer for 15 to 17 minutes, and see if you can complete all 3 parts in that amount of time. I'm giving you an amount of time for each question that represents how much time you should take for that question type. So for complete the words, it might be set at 3 minutes to complete all 10 words. For reading daily life, I might give you 35 seconds to complete a question. But on the exam, they give you a block of time. So please keep that in mind. Here is module number 1. Let's get started right now. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete module 1. On the exam, you can use the next and back buttons to move to the next question or return to the previous questions within the same module. In an actual test, you will not be able to return to module 1 once you have begun module number 2. All right, so here's the answer key first for the complete the words, and the correct words that you should have completed are simply, app, select, favorite, follow, driver, pay, fee, each, and kitchens. For module 1, the answers are 11 is C, 12 is A, 13B, 14D, 15B, 16C, 17D, 18A, 19C, and for 20, the sentence you should have selected is in paragraph 2 and sentence number 4, which is the matching sentence. Now, here's question number 11, and here I'm giving you the question again, the information from the passage that connects to that question, why the correct answer is correct, and why the wrong answers are wrong. For any of these, if you got it wrong, or even if you got it right, please pause if you need to read a little bit more. So again, number 11 is C. 12 is A. Please pause if you need to read any further. 13 is B. 14 is D. 15 is B. 16 is C. 17 is D. 18 is A. 19 is C. And 20, again, the matching sentence is in paragraph 2, sentence number 4. Please make sure you're keeping track of how many you're getting wrong and right. All right, we're going to now move into module number 2. Please make sure you're ready to write down your answers. Let's begin. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete module 2. You can use the next and back to move to the next question on the exam or return to the previous questions within the same module. Let's begin. All right, so here are the answers to the complete the words. Panels convert sunlight, electricity, powers, appliances throughout day, energy, and sold. And you can see how all these words are related to the context of what that paragraph was about. Number 11 is A, 12 is C, 13B, 14D, 15A, 16B, 17D, 18C, 19A, and 20 is from paragraph 1, sentence number 2. Now, again, on these detailed answer keys, go ahead and pause on any of these questions where you need a little bit more time. Number 11 again is A. On this type of answer sheet, we tell you why the correct answer is correct and why the wrong answers are wrong. So please pause if you need to. 12 is C, 13 is B, 14 is D, 15 is A, 16 is B, 17 is D, 18 is C, 19 is A, and 20 is paragraph 1, sentence 2 is the matching sentence that explains why rural areas cool down soon after sunset. Thank you very much. We're now going to move into the listening portion of this complete diagnostic sample test for the TOEFL IBT. We are now moving into the listening portion of this complete sample exam. Please make sure you're ready to write down your answers. You're going to be going through Module 1 and Module 2. After Module 1, we'll give you the answers, and then after Module 2, we'll give you those answers. On the exam, you would do Module 1 and Module 2 back to back. Let's begin. In the listening section, you will answer 30 to 40 questions to demonstrate how well you understand spoken English. There are 3 tasks. Listen and choose a response, where you select the best response to the question or statement. Conversations, where you answer questions about short conversations. Also, announcements. So there really are 4 parts. They say 3, but there really are 4 parts. You have announcements where you have to answer questions about announcements. And then you have academic talks, where you have to answer questions regarding an academic talk. So they say 3. I don't know why they say 3 in their directions, but there actually are 4 parts. You have to listen and choose a response, listen to a conversation, listen to an announcement, and then listen to an academic talk. Again, there are 2 modules. Let's begin. Coming up first, we have module number 1 for the listening. Again, please pause if you're not ready to write down your answers, because we're going to begin right now. Listening section, module 1. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete each question. You can use the next button to move to the next question on the exam. You cannot return to previous questions. Always keep that in mind. You cannot return to previous questions. Time management is essential on this entire exam. Let's start.
I heard the meeting was moved to the afternoon.
Could you explain how this machine works?
I'm not available this evening.
The bookstore closes earlier on Fridays.
Did you manage to finish the assignment?
I can't find my ID card anywhere.
The concert starts in 10 minutes.
Who is leading the discussion group?
All right, we're now moving into conversation, announcement, and academic talk. You will listen only one time and then answer questions. In an actual test, the clock will indicate how much time you have to answer.
Hi, I'm here for the 11 o'clock viewing of the studio apartment.
Welcome! You must be here about the listing on Oak Street.
That's right. I've been searching for a place close to downtown.
Then let's take a look. I think this one will suit you well.
Wow, thanks for showing me this studio. It's brighter than I expected.
Glad you like it. The big windows face east, so you get the morning sun.
One thing, is there parking included or do I rent that separately?
There's one assigned spot in the garage, included in the rent.
That settles it. I'd love to put down a deposit.
Great. The deposit holds the unit while we run the application.
How soon could I move in if everything checks out?
Hi, I'd like to book a table for 4 this Saturday, ideally around 7 in the evening.
We're fully booked at 7, but we can do 7:30 if that works. May I take a name?
That's fine, under Reyes. Also, one of us is allergic to shellfish.
I'll add a note for the kitchen so they're especially careful with that.
Wonderful. We'll see you Saturday.
Would you prefer a booth or a table by the window?
A booth would be great, thanks.
Listen to an announcement in the campus recreation office.
Good afternoon, students. Registration for intramural sports leagues will close this Thursday at 6 p.m. Teams that have not submitted complete player rosters by that time will not be included in the competition schedule. Captains should also verify that every participant has completed the required online liability form before registration closes. Match schedules will be posted electronically early next week after all eligible teams have been confirmed.
Listen to an announcement in the campus dining office.
Attention, everyone. Beginning this weekend, the Lakeside Dining Hall will test an extended breakfast schedule on Saturdays. The pilot program is intended to accommodate students participating in early academic and athletic activities. University officials will evaluate attendance patterns before deciding whether to continue the expanded hours permanently. Students are encouraged to complete the online feedback survey available after each Saturday service during the trial period. It is very important that you understand this message because we want you to have proper nutrition.
We often think of our brain as the body's sole control center, but scientists are discovering that trillions of bacteria living in our digestive system may influence our thoughts and emotions more than we ever imagined. This community of microorganisms, called the gut microbiome, communicates with the brain through multiple pathways. The vagus nerve provides a direct physical connection. Bacteria also produce neurotransmitters, the same chemical messengers our brains use. About 90% of the body's serotonin, which regulates mood, is actually manufactured in the gut. Research linking gut health to mental health is expanding rapidly. Studies have found differences in gut bacteria between people with depression and those without. Experiments with mice show that transferring gut bacteria from anxious mice to calm ones can make the calm mice behave more anxiously. Early human trials suggest probiotics may reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression in some people. Diet appears to play a significant role. The bacteria in our guts feed on what we eat. High-fiber diets support diverse bacterial communities associated with better mental health. Processed foods and artificial sweeteners may harm beneficial bacteria. Scientists caution that much remains unknown. The field is young, and most findings come from animal studies. However, the gut-brain connection represents a promising frontier for understanding and treating mental health conditions.
All right. Coming up next, let's go through the answers. I hope you're getting a really firm grip on what the listening section is like. So, module 1. So, for the listen and choose the correct response, remember you're choosing the most socially appropriate response, everybody. So, for number 1, the answer is A. Yes, it starts at 2:30 now. Number 2 is B. Sure, I can show you the controls. 3 is C. How about tomorrow instead? 4 is A. Then we should go before dinner. 5 is A. I turned it in this morning. 6 is B. I saw it on the desk earlier. 7 is D. Then we better hurry. 8 is D. Susan is facilitating it tomorrow. Now, for the first conversation, number 9, the correct answer is A, looking at a possible home. 10 is C, a reserved space comes with the rent. Again, pause right here if you want to read why the correct answer is correct and why the wrong answers are wrong. Conversation 2, number 11, the answer is B, to book a table for dinner. 12 is D, one person must avoid all shellfish. Now, moving in the announcement, number 1, 13 is C. The official game schedules will then appear. 14 is A, the student team leaders. 15 is B, to guide the decision about keeping the change. 16 is C, is future rests partly on the trial outcome. 17 is A, research on gut microbes may open new treatments. 18 is C, to present evidence that microbes can shape better. Again, if you got something wrong, please pause right here and read why it's wrong or read why the correct answer is correct. 19 is B, how gut bacteria may shape mood and emotion. And 20 is D, within the digestive tract by intestinal activity. Coming up next, we're going into listening, module number 2. Let's begin. In an actual test, the clock will show you how much time you have to complete each question. You can use next on the exam to move to the next question. The first task is listen and choose a response. In this task, you will listen to a sentence or a question. You will then read 4 sentences and choose the option that is the best response.
Do you know where I can print this document?
The package still hasn't arrived. I was hoping to borrow your notes.
The cafeteria is much quieter after lunch.
Can you send me the revised schedule?
I think the library opens at 8 on Saturdays.
Would you like to join us for lunch?
The professor is looking for a volunteer.
Coming up, conversation, announcement, and academic talk. You will listen only one time and then answer the questions. In an actual test, the clock will indicate how much time you have to answer.
Welcome to the shelter. Are you looking to adopt today?
I am. I saw a gray tabby named Pepper on your website.
Oh, Pepper's a sweetheart. She's calm and gets along well with children.
That's perfect. I have 2 young kids at home.
Then she'd be a great match. Would you like to meet her?
Definitely. Is there an application I need to fill out?
Yes, and there's a small adoption fee that covers her vaccinations.
That's fine. Can I take her home this weekend?
If the application is approved, she could go home Saturday.
Wonderful. Let's start the paperwork.
Hi, we'd like to rent 2 kayaks for the afternoon.
Sure. Single or double kayaks?
2 singles, please. Do they come with life jackets?
Yes, life jackets and paddles are included with every rental.
Great. How long can we keep them out?
Rentals are for 3 hours, and the dock closes at 6.
Perfect. Is there anywhere to leave our bags safely?
We have free lockers by the boathouse you can use.
Thanks. We'll grab a locker and head straight out.
Sounds good. Just stay inside the marked buoys.
Listen to an announcement in the Office of Graduate Studies.
All graduate students, listen closely because this concerns you. Doctoral candidates intending to participate in this semester's dissertation defense period should carefully review recently updated scheduling procedures. Before defense dates can be confirmed, candidates must obtain electronic approval from every committee member through the university's graduate management system. This verification process was introduced to reduce scheduling conflicts and minimize last-minute administrative revisions. Requests lacking all required approvals cannot proceed to calendar confirmation. Please don't let your momentary lack of understanding of this announcement result in later graduation problems regarding your dissertation.
Listen to an announcement from the Office of Financial Services.
Attention students. Beginning next month, electronic reimbursement requests for approved university travel will be processed through a redesigned expense management system. Although reimbursement policies themselves have not changed, users must upload receipts individually rather than combining them into a single document. Detailed instructional materials will be distributed before the transition. Students who familiarize themselves with the revised submission process beforehand are expected to experience fewer processing delays.
Earth's orbital environment is becoming increasingly crowded and dangerous. Decades of space exploration have left behind a growing cloud of debris, defunct satellites, rocket stages, fragments from collisions and explosions. Tracking systems currently monitor over 27,000 objects larger than 10 centimeters. Millions of smaller fragments go untracked. Even tiny debris poses significant risks at orbital velocities. A paint flake traveling at 17,000 miles per hour carries the impact energy of a bullet. Larger pieces could destroy satellites worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The International Space Station regularly maneuvers to avoid tracked debris. Scientists worry about a scenario called Kessler syndrome. A collision creates fragments. Those fragments cause more collisions, creating more fragments. The cascade continues until certain orbital regions become unusable, not just for years, but potentially for generations. Several cleanup approaches are under development. Robotic arms could grab large debris pieces and drag them to lower orbits where they'll burn up. Nets or harpoons might capture tumbling objects. Lasers could nudge smaller debris into decaying orbits. None of these technologies are operational yet. Prevention may prove more practical than cleanup. Newer satellites are designed to deorbit themselves after their missions end. Some companies are developing spacecraft that use atmospheric drag to remove themselves more quickly. International cooperation remains challenging since debris threatens all nations equally, but cleanup costs fall to whoever acts first.
All right, coming up, let's go through the answer key for Module 2. So you can pause right here if you want to read about why the correct answer is the most socially appropriate response and why the wrong answers are wrong. So please pause if you need to do that. 1 is A, try the computer lab for that. 2 is C, maybe the carrier left a notice. 3 is B, okay, I can lend them to you. 4 is B, then maybe we should head over now. 5 is A, I'm looking at my calendar. 6 is C, that change is much better for finals week. 7 is A, thanks for asking, but I have other plans. 8 is D, then I'll go speak with her. First conversation, number 9 is C, to adopt a cat he saw online. 10 is B, she would suit a household with children. Conversation 2, number 11 is D, the necessary safety and paddling equipment. 12 is A, store their bags and start paddling. Announcement number 13 is A, to improve timing coordination before dates are set. 14 is B, the defense date cannot be officially set. 15 is B, to help users ready themselves for the change. 16 is C, the existing repayment rules stay the same. Now, the academic talk, 17 is B, 18 is A. Please pause right here if you need to read further. 19 is C, and 20 is D. Thank you very much. We're now going to move into the next part of this complete practice test. Thank you very much. We're now moving into the writing portion of the complete test that you're taking. Let's begin right now. You have 3 parts: the build a sentence, write an email, and write for an academic discussion. Please pause right here if you need to read a little bit more because you're not familiar with the different parts. Coming up is the build a sentence. On the exam, you'll be working from a block of time. So if you want to do that, you can set a timer for 5 minutes to complete all 10 of the questions on the build a sentence. We're going to begin with the first one right now. Please make sure you're ready. On the exam, you would just fill in or really move the words. It's like drag and drop. So on the exam, you would have those words at the bottom, and you would use the drag and drop feature to move the word to the blank line you want to put it on. We can't do that in this format, so you just need to write out what that sentence is by hand or type it out on your phone, however you want. Okay, let's begin. Please make sure you're ready. All right, we're now moving into the write an email task where you have 7 minutes to write an email. I suggest maybe you split your screen where you have this on the left side and you open up Word or Google Docs on the right side so you can type up your response. If you need to get ready to type, please pause and do that because I'm about to move into the question right now. All right, that concludes the writing portion. Thank you very much. You can find the answers to the build the sentence and sample responses for the email and academic discussion as a downloadable resource attached. You can download it. Thank you very much. All right, we are moving into the final section, the speaking section. Let's begin. So it has two parts, listen and repeat, and then take an interview, two brand new parts, one shot, no repeats. Make sure you're ready to record yourself. Get out your MP3 recorder and record yourself. Record yourself. Also, use a text to speech transcription app like Otter AI and actually, get a transcription of what you have to say, because then you can use that information to have an AI help you score your response. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Listen and repeat. You will listen as someone speaks to you. Listen carefully and then repeat what you have heard. The clock will indicate how much time you have to speak or to repeat what was said. No time for preparation will be provided. You are visiting a public library for the first time. Listen to the librarian and repeat what she says. Repeat only once.
Library cards are issued for free. Please keep your voice down in the reading room. Children's books are organized by reading level on the shelves. Each computer has a 1-hour usage limit during busy hours. The librarian can help you locate materials and answer research questions. Group study rooms must be reserved at least 1 day ahead of time. The DVDs and audiobooks in this section can be borrowed for up to 2 weeks.
Take an interview. An interviewer will ask you questions. Answer the questions and be sure to say as much as you can in the time allowed. No time for preparation will be provided. You have volunteered to participate in a research survey about how people experience different stages of life. You will have a short online interview with a researcher. The researcher will ask you some questions.
Thanks for joining us today. Let me ask you something right away. Do you think people naturally become wiser as they get older? Or is age alone not enough? Do some people just go through life without ever really growing? What's your view? With those points in mind, let's move on to something else. Now, think about how you've changed as a person over the last 5 years. In what way are you most different from the person you were back then? What caused that change? Thanks for adding such rich information. Here's something researchers study. Do you think a person's core personality, who they really are deep down, is mostly fixed by the time they're an adult? Or do you believe people can fundamentally change at any age? What makes you believe that? We're going to get you out of here with this. People today are living much longer than previous generations. Many people will live into their 80s and 90s. How do you think this increase in life expectancy is going to change the way people think about career, retirement, and what they do with their time? Give me one positive effect and one challenge that comes with living longer.
All right, coming up, let's take a look at the listen and repeat answers. So here are 1 through 7. Number 1, library cards are issued for free. Number 2, please keep your voice down in the reading room. Number 3 was children's books are organized by reading level on the shelves. Number 4 was each computer has a 1-hour usage limit during busy hours. Number 5, the librarian can help you locate materials and answer research questions. Number 6, group study rooms must be reserved at least 1 day ahead of time. And number 7 was the DVDs and audiobooks in this section can be borrowed for up to 2 weeks. Now, if you want more information on number 1, you can pause right here and look at this. All the information about the key features, common errors made, chunking strategies. You have to pause and read through this. Pause and read about statement 2. Pause and read about statement 3. Pause and read about statement 4. Pause and read about statement 5 if you want more information. Pause and read about statement 6. And finally, pause and read about statement 7 if you want to read more information about how you could do better with listening to it and repeating it. Now, coming up next, I'm going to get into some sample responses for the interview. Now, your response could be completely different. These are just sample responses from a student. All right, let's listen to these sample responses.
I believe that age alone is not enough to make someone wise. In Ghana, we respect our elders very much, and there is a saying that the elder who sits sees more than the child who climbs a tree. But I have also met older people who have not learned anything from their experience. They keep making same mistake over and over. I think wisdom comes from reflection, not just from living many years. If you go through difficult experience, but you never stop to think about what it teach you, then you will not grow. So age gives you the opportunity for wisdom, but it doesn't guarantee it.
All right, so you heard that student has some mistakes in terms of subject-verb agreement, leaving out off those plurals. Is between a score of 4 or 5 is still very good. Perfection is not required to score a 5, everybody. But I wanted you to hear it. I hope you picked up on some of those mistakes.
5 years ago, I was very shy and I was afraid to share my opinion in public. When I entered university, everything changed because I joined the debating society and also started volunteering at a community center in Kumasi. Through this experience, I learned to speak with confidence and also to listen to people whose lives are very different from mine. The biggest change is that I now understand that being strong doesn't mean you don't show emotion. Before, I was thinking that a man should always be tough. But working with vulnerable families teach me that empathy is actually the greatest strength.
Now, a response to number 3.
I strongly believe people can change at any age. I have seen it with my own father. When I was growing up, he was very strict and we were afraid of him. But after he retired from his job, he completely changed. He became more patient, more gentle. He started spending time with his grandchildren and even apologized to me for being so hard when I was young. This showed me that people are not fixed. Life experience like retirement or becoming grandparent can transform someone deeply. In Twi, we say, Obin Kiri Abofra Nyame, meaning nobody needs to teach a child about God. They discover it naturally. I think change is the same. It comes when you are ready.
All right, that one is likely a 4. Range is 4 to 5, but it's going to be a 4.
I think living longer will change many things. The positive effect is that people will have time to pursue second career or follow passion they didn't have time for when they were young. For example, someone who worked in banking for 30 years can retire and then become teacher or artist. This gives people a sense of new purpose. But the challenge is the financial pressure. If you live until 90, you need to save much more money. And many government pension systems are not designed for people to live that long. In Ghana, most people don't have pension at all. So this is even bigger problem. I think society needs to completely rethink how we plan for old age.